16. This is Tony Pollard. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr., his third touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They just get the play off. Now Prescott to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still 3,000 yards, a good season.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. This to Jarwin. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 45 on 2nd down, Prescott outright completes it to Jarwin. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on 1st down. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And all the way down to the 26.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Mack. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. And 47. 52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
Throwing. Prescott. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check, check. Kill, kill.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mack. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. And it's 21-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A handoff left, Elliott. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he spins past him and into space. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. 21-3 is your score after 1. The veteran in his first year with the Cowboys, Brian Anger, on to punt. Back deep is Tavon Austin. Fielded at about the 28. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. This a give to Mack running to the right. And some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 77 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Rosas to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. The danger of a punt that good? A 16-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 64 yards. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his... And he loses the football a second time. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Rosas now to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half.
Next is Washington 42, Cowboys 3.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Draw play. Elliott And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Cowboys on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. On third down, it's Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fighting his way through contact. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Coming after you.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On the give, this is Mack. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Back to throw here. He finds his target, Ebron. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead.
Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
And let's get this.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Here we go.
On 3rd down. It's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Rosa's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense, as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 96 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I can't believe they even let you play. Check, 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 check.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
On first down, here's Love. Down to the 25. And on the stop, DeMonte Casey.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Rosa's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drop. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 72 yards. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go to Elliott again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
This is Lamb on the end around. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Kill, 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 kill.
On 3rd down, it's Elliott, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
On play action, they'll throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 66 yards. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Come on, D. 52. Coming. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got to double up.
back, swinging this out quickly to Lamb.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now Elliott. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check 52's the mark.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Check 37.
They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
86 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Powering his way forward. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly...
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance.
That's on the guard, Connor Williams.
Pick me up. Here we go. Where's 52? Watch 52.
Elliott running right. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Elliott, toss right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. So a run by Mack to start the drive. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Check. Mike 55. So we got man.
Here's Love again. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.